Hello everyone, my name is and welcome back to another video. Now today we are going to go through WWE 2K26 and my review. These are my honest thoughts and feelings towards the official and release of the newest 2K WWE game, Wwe 2K26. The game for me came out this past Thursday night, was the midnight. It came out last Thursday. Of course, for major people, for standard edition players, it will come out this Thursday or this week that you're probably watching this video. Hopefully, it'll be out on the Thursday for you guys to enjoy. So in this one, I thought I'd talk about the exact thoughts and feelings towards the game. I've had a significant amount of time to play the game since it released for me. It's Monday, the day I'm filming this, so it's been a few days of playing the game, so I thought I'd let it breathe a bit and now discuss my feelings and thoughts as someone that has done content on 2K games before on this channel, very much heavily so. One of them being the Universe Mode series that I did for a little while in 2K25. No, sorry, 2K24 actually. 2K25 wasn't. I don't think I did it on 2K25 actually. So it's been almost, it isn't a while since I've done it, but I did a Universe Mode series for a little while, for a few which has a playlist. It did quite well actually on this channel. But yeah, anyway, let's get through to this game. This I'm going to go through every single thing that I've played and sort of thought about, and I'm going to go positives and negatives and that sort of in between business. I think let's just go through one of the major positives so far for me is the gameplay. 2K25 players will know that the game is not that much different to 2K25 in its gameplay stage. It feels very similar to 2K25. I don't think that's personally a problem. I have no issue with 2K25 gameplay, and as is 2K26. Sorry. The one thing I will say that has really upgraded the gameplay this year, which I think as everybody has seen, is the ragdoll physics. One of the biggest things in this game is that, because it allows so much more fun and creative spots to do, some creative and fun moves to sort of play off, and just the overall reaction of the game feels smoother and more, not realistic, because obviously it's not realistic, but it's more fun and feels more like classic games. The way the characters move and fall off big objects and stuff. So what they've done basically is remove the walls. So for example, ambulance matches, Hell in a Cells, backstage brawls are the big sort of matches I can think of really, or anything that is sort of you can throw people off has really been removed. So you can basically throw people off from anywhere, and you can also fall off from anywhere. So if you did for example, the biggest thing people see is Brock Lesnar doing a German suplex on an ambulance, you can throw your opponent literally across the other side and hit the steel steps. It's one of the biggest and brutal things, and it's something that they brought in this year, which I think as always should have been in the game. It just allows more fun and more freedom, and just I think a lot more fun into the game with those. And obviously the biggest one as well, because of the ragdoll physics, is weapon physics. You can powerbomb and throw people on the steps, which they can land really gnarly. Ladders, chairs, tables, everything is more reactive, so the wrestlers react to the weapons being more. Thumbtacks is a big one. The damage being done on thumbtacks is a lot easier as well. So if a face, for example, even touches a thumbtack, it's probably going to bust them open, which I've noticed a lot more. Blood is also a big thing this year. There's a lot more blood and a lot more violence, I'd say. Obviously with the weapons you can do like a sparking sledgehammer, I've seen. You can do thumbtacks, barbed wire bat, which has been in the game before. Obviously Janice Biss's big barbed wire stick, essentially. That's been in the game for a couple of years now, but because of the new additions and the new gameplay physics, it allows it to be more fun. And so when people land in thumbtacks, they sell it more. When they land on the steel steps, it looks brutal. You can actually throw people from in the ring to outside, landing on top of the stairs, and it looks so brutal. People land on the announce table now. Just the overall physics of the wrestlers and the walls being removed is the biggest positive, in my opinion, of this whole game. It allows more fun, it allows more freedom, and it gives the player more opportunity to create these crazy spots that you couldn't always do. You can stack tables now, that allows more. And the biggest thing in the backstage arenas, they have set up things to make it look more brutal. For example, in both the Archives and Scrapyard, like venues, backstage brawl arenas, there's a massive pile of stacked tables that you can throw people on, and because of the ragdoll physics, it makes that look brutal. It's one of the best features for me. Ragdoll physics is the biggest positive of the game. I think we should go to the biggest negative. I don't think it's any surprise when I say this. I think most people will say this. It's the ringside pass. It is incredibly grindy. It is incredibly frustrating at times. There are ways to get around it to make it... It's still grindy, but it's an easier way to do it. So basically, if you don't know what this is a 40-tier system for the ringside pass. So every season, well, I think every season, we'll probably have 40 tiers. Essentially, you rank up those tiers to unlock several superstars and things into those tiers. For example, the DLC that releases this year, you'll have to do ringside pass to get the people that are released, as in the additions that you get. So for example, the first season's release, DLC, ringside pass, the people involved are AAA. So Mr. Iguana, Psycho Clown, Flamer is another one, and things like that. They are all in like the first season, the first 40 tiers. So you go through the tiers and you unlock all the people. The issue with this is obviously the money you pay for the game is extortionate anyway. I got the Attitude Era edition, so that cost me £120. I know a lot of people might have bought the Monday Night Wars edition, which was £140 and $140. It's an incredible amount of money. It's stupid. It's too much. But people want to play it, and people want to pay for big bucks because they want the big editions, because they want to play it early, they want to get the people involved, and they want to be able to play the game they want to play. The issue with that, even if you pay for the Monday Night War edition, you don't get any season free. You have to do the grind, and you can't just get all the resters. The biggest thing that people used to do in the old games, well, even last year, I think even last year, it might not be as big, but the the supercharger and the I forgot what it was actually called. Activator. Basically the activator. So basically, accelerator, sorry. You could unlock everything. If you get the accelerator, you put that into the game, and it unlocks everybody from the game. So you can unlock everybody that you've got. That includes the DLC that comes in, so you get the season pass, which means that you can get every single DLC pack free. If you pay for the big bucks. I think for the other editions as well, you used to have it as well. But this year, you can't do that. You have to do the ringside pass. If you buy the standard edition, you don't even get the ringside pass. You have to buy the ringside pass, which is 40 quid. You might as well have bought the standard edition, or you might as well have bought the other editions if you're going to do that. But if you want to do it, you can do it. Essentially, it's going to be a bit of a ball ache to do it. The biggest thing people have been doing is, which I have been doing, it's a fucking task, I hate it, is basically lower the difficulty and lower all the sliders to fit it basically. So make you really strong, make them really weak, and increase the submission. Like basically, your submission power is to the max. Their submission escape is all the way to the bottom. So essentially, they can't get out of the submission. They tap out almost immediately. Basically, you earn 110 RXP for every win you get, or every game you play. I'm not sure. I haven't really decided if it's a win or a game. I think it's wins because I sometimes don't get accounts if I just play the game. So 110 XP for a win. Bear in mind, there are 40 tiers, and there are 7 to basically unlock. Literally looking at the game now. To unlock a tier is 800 RXP, which is ridiculous. So to be able to get to those tiers, you have to play that amount of matches, win that amount of matches to get to the tier 40. When you think about it, I'm on tier 10 right now as we speak, and I have played this game up from Thursday, and I've only just, from the past hour of recording, started doing the sort of manipulating, cheating, not cheat, but an easier way to do this, to grind this, get the ringside pass without playing the game as such. And it's tier 10, and I've got a boost on. 10 tiers I've gone through, and bear in mind I started this when I was on tier 4, I think, tier 4. It's a lot, and it's too much. It's really grindy. It's going to be really hard for people to want to do it because it's 40 tiers for season 1, and then another for season 2, another for season 3. It's a ball ache, and it's very fucking difficult. well, it's not difficult, but it's just annoying. It's really grindy. It's really annoying. That's the biggest negative and the biggest ball ache with the game. If you don't care about the DLC that come in, if you don't care about unlocking the people, then you ain't gonna care. You ain't gonna bother with it, and it's fine. If you want the people, you're gonna want to do it. You're gonna have to do it, and it's a fucking joke. So that's the biggest negative, and it's probably the biggest issue with the game. Let's go back to another positive. Let's go with the game mode. So I think the biggest improvement for me in terms of game modes this year, I think, is Universe mode. I play that game mode quite a lot. It's the game mode I basically sit on. When I play the game, that is what I play. I very rarely play Showcase. I only play Showcase to get the people that are in the Showcase necessarily. And again, my rise can be quite annoying, and depending on the story, can be quite hit and miss. I've not really played much of this year's one, so I can't comment on if that's good. Just letting you guys know, so you don't think I'm being a dick for not mentioning my rise. I simply haven't really played that much of it to be able to comment on that. I've played a bit of Showcase, and I will talk about that in a minute. Universe mode, though, has seen some big increases. The draft is a very good addition, and they've implemented it very well. I'm having an issue at the moment with, for some reason, when I draft people, I end up completing the draft and then looking at my rosters and realising that half of the people I've drafted are on the other brand. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with the draft. Am I drafting too many people that the game is going, no, you can't have that many people on one roster and on the other? I don't think I'm really doing that, but it's doing that. And for some reason, people just randomly appear on Raw that aren't on Raw. And in fact, the biggest two people I've done, I've drafted Aleister Black and Damian Priest on SmackDown all the time. Constantly drafting them to SmackDown for the past 3 drafts I've tried. And then the funniest thing happened where they were on Raw and it was Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. And I was like, what the fuck? So there's something wrong in my edition for that. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's the game, I don't know if it's the draft. But it is there. I'm not saying there's an issue with the draft because I haven't seen many other people talk about that issue. So I think it's me. Again, it has been implemented very well. I like the cutscene. I like the weak build of it. It's very much like the TV you see now, which makes sense. And I think it's a really good addition for the draft. The Wizard is a good addition, so you start off Universe mode and you can sort of go through every little addition you want. You can do the the shows, so Raw and SmackDown, and customize all the pay-per-views, PLEs, before you even get into the Universe mode. So you can set up everything you want before you get into the main menu, the main calendar of the Universe mode. I like doing that, but I don't go too much in detail. I sort of go through all the pay-per-views that I want in it, go through Raw and SmackDown, and basically go through that. I don't do much of it. But I think it's a really good addition for the people that want that. I think overall, it feels more fresh this year. More promos have been added. I think we need to see backstage promos being added. But again, I think it's a really good progress. I think we're in a good state with the game. There's something that's really cool as well, which is one of the settings you can clear everyone's history. So you can clear allies, managers, teams, championship history, stats. Basically reset your entire universe so there's no lore or anything in universe mode. So you can start from exact fresh. It's a really good addition. I think it's a cool thing, and it's a smoother way to sort of balance out universe mode for the people that really want to take control. I just think Universe mode overall has seen a massive improvement. There needs to be more. I still think there needs to be more in the mode. But again, it's been a big step in the right direction for me this year. I know it looks like Universe mode is getting a bit more love this year than it has done in the past. So it's a good way, and it's going in the right direction. Universe mode is a good mode, and it always has been one of the best modes in the game because of the sandbox element. It just needs more love, but it's getting there and it's going in the right direction, and for me so far it's my favourite mode properly with its new additions. Let's talk Showcase. Again, I think the matches that have been selected by Punk and the team at 2K have been good matches to select, and obviously it's difficult because a lot of the people Punk's history with and stuff like that aren't necessarily in the game. It's quite difficult to do. A lot of Punk's history has been with people that aren't in contracts with WWE or in things. For example, his first 2 Money in the Bank wins, you probably can't do that at all because half the people in those ladder matches aren't in the company anymore. So it's hard to do. So I think the matches they've included are good matches to include in there. Very, very good. The issue I have with Showcase, again, it's so annoying sometimes when the wrestlers just constantly reverse. it's so hard sometimes to just get through it. They have added a new addition though, which is the Gauntlet. So you can play a CM Punk or AJ Lee and go through all the gauntlets, so all the people that you get in Showcase mode you can unlock by beating them in the Gauntlet. It's one of the biggest features because it allows you to skip the actual game mode of Showcase but still unlock the people in Showcase mode without having to play the mode. It's difficult, and I've not actually done it yet. It's going to be a video on this channel that I'm going to do. But again, it's a good addition. It's a good way to do things if you don't want to play Showcase. Showcase is very hit and miss, and it's one of the modes that I think either needs to really be different or be removed. That's my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Showcase. I think it could be removed, and I think it could be replaced by something like Story Mode or Online Universe Mode, which are you probably doing Universe Mode, but you know what I mean. I think it could be scrapped and done something differently. We move on to general thoughts, I think, because I look at everything else. Creation Suite has seen a little bit of improvement with Superstars. I've not done too much of that, so I can't really comment on it. The arenas have changed a bit, so you can now have base LADs for announce tables and barricades, which is all at aprons, which is all set up for you. So you're doing Universe Mode with arenas that you want to create that you don't always want to use is a lot easier now for PLEs that already exist and existed, because you can do a blank canvas and you can actually have the apron covers and the announce table all fit the theme without having to do it yourself. It's all set up for you if you select the one you want. It's one of the best things, and it's the one thing that I think arenas should need. LEDs as well on the barricades is pretty cool, but again, I don't think there's that much change in Create Arena, which I think needs to be done more. Create a Superstar, again, probably could see more love, but it's increased a bit more. Again, it's not something I really delve in too much with, but again, it's something I know a lot of people do with the community creations and creating a lot of the wrestlers that aren't in the game, or even a lot of the wrestlers that should be in the game that aren't, or were in the game and removed, you know, things like that. You know, it's a good addition, and it's a good way to sort of allow the game to free flow. Community creations allows you to do a lot more. But yeah, those are general thoughts. Those are general feelings. I think this game is very, very solid, very good. Could improve next year, of course it can. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There are issues with it, of course there is. There's always issues with games. Pricing is ridiculous now for games, especially these year release games that are cycled. It's not good enough, really. The Ringside Pass is the biggest bummer. It's the biggest negative of the game for me. Is the Ringside Pass. I also think that they need to do some more stuff with Hell in a Cell. It's been the same for about God knows how long. The best thing about it is you can throw people off the cell a lot easier than you could before. With the ragdoll physics. The best thing about the game is the ragdoll physics. It has to be. It's the best thing about the game because it allows more fun and creative ways to hit people with big moves and big spots. So that's my thoughts. That's my review of 2K26. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. All feedback is welcome. Of course, I really like the game. I think it's good, and I think it's going really in the right direction. I hope next year they do consider feedback for the Ringside Pass, either removing it and going back to the old format, or the DLC releases, or changing it and tuning it to make it a little bit easier and less grinding. That's my thoughts. My name is Wwe Gibbs. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe for more, and there's loads more to come on this channel regarding 2K. Showcase mode with the Gauntlet edition will be coming very soon. I'll be doing that, and I'll be doing a lot more content. Universe mode might be coming on the way, but I'll have to talk about that a little bit more in detail, and to make sure everything is in the correct order for me to do that, because it takes up a lot of time, and I like to do it properly. So, I will see you in the future, but until then, ta-ra.